Okay, so we're going to work through the basic defense system for boxing, for the boxing shot. So jabs, crosses, hooks, uppercuts, and the haymaker off the backhand. Yeah. So what I do is I'll be in a multi-directional stance, and we're in teasing range. So if you see, my foot is over the mat, so I'm on the mat, and Kojak's behind the mat this way around. Yeah. So I'm here in a multi-directional. It means if he did a half step in, he'd be able to actually hit me with the jab. Yeah. And then he'd go back out, and he could do the same thing with the cross from this position, and then back out. To land a hook, you'd have to do a full shuffle, 1, 2, and then the hooks will be in range this way around. Okay. There's an order, a hierarchy for the defensive system. First of all, we want to block with our hands. Yeah. If I can't block with my hands, I want to move my head out the way. That involves using the feet slightly as well. If I can't do that and I'm in range and I'm in the middle of the fight and I haven't got time to move, I just cover instead. So it goes blocks first, head movement second, and third priority is cover. When you're in this shape, you're very similar to a punch bag. So if we were in range, if Kojak shuffled in and he just decides to use hooks and uppercuts, if I'm stuck in this position, boom, 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 I am stuck in this position like a punch bag, and that's exactly how people use punch bags most of the time. Yeah. So that I don't want to be there at all. So we're going to start off. We're in teasing range. So I'm teasing Kojak. Say I've teased him. So we've gone from out of range. I tease him. I step into range to tease him. That causes him to throw the jab. So the first thing is the jab comes in, and it's a half step or half shuffle, and the jab will hit here. I'm going with my hand on the same side, and I'm going from his elbow side, and I'm patting it across with a cross palm block or a parry. Yeah, so it's this way. I want to put it in front of the opposite hand, this way round. If I block it down, this one could come through and hit me. If I block it across, he's covered, he's got to pull this back before he can fire. So that's the jab. Kojak comes back up. If he did the same thing with the cross, so he lunges through and he throws the cross would hit here. I'm going to do a very similar thing in the opposite direction. So it's from the elbow side, and I'm using it to block the other arm. I'm not dropping it down or up at all. It's directly across this way round. Okay, and then he comes back up. So that's the jab to cross. We'll just show you the jab again. So as he comes in, pop this way. As the cross comes in, pop this way. I'm only clearing it past my ear. I don't have to do a huge block. Ki-ai! I just get the little block across to the side. Yeah, this way around. So from here, as he comes in, 1, 2, this way around. I can get a small pivot as well if I need to, but when you're just practicing, we just get this going, just so you get the timing right. Okay, the next one is if he stepped in with a shuffle, this way around. We're now in fighting range. A little bit different. So if he, for instance, he's hook and uppercut range. Now what I'm trying to do is as he throws the hook, I'm literally bringing my forearm up like a barrier on the inside of his forearm or his bicep, depending what range you're at, if they're bigger than you or smaller than you, yeah? I want to make sure the other hand's up, knees are bent, and I'm protected there. If you went for the other side, here, this way round, yeah? Again, at this range, I'm no longer in this position. I'm double guarding on the front, and I don't want to be there for too long without causing a reaction or doing a different move, okay? So we've got hook off the front side, use the forearm here, hook off the back side, use the forearm here. Then we go to uppercut. It's exactly the same, but it's downwards. So I'm using my forearm on their forearm this way. I could use the other hand on this one, or if it's the back hand, I can use my front hand or my back hand this way around, and then Kojak steps back out. From this position, so as a drill, we'll go for the jab first, pop, we'll go for the cross, then he changes range to move in, he throws the hook, block, hook, middle block, uppercut, lower block, uppercut, lower block, uppercut. Can be either hand, obviously, just throughout. Then the last one is the haymaker. So from this position, imagine if Kojak had a bat and he was going to swing the bat at me. The worst place to be is at the end of the bat. So if I move back and that bat hits me, very powerful. So when I block the haymaker, because it's a swinging technique, I want to be at the base. So from here, we're at teasing range again, this way around. So Kojak, he's there ready to move forward. You can see, so I've gone from out of range to teasing range, very important. As he's going to lunge his foot forward with the haymaker, and I'm closing it down, blocking high, this way around. What I want to do is I want to put my palm over the bicep, elbow below his arm, and I want to tuck my head in and down this way around, yeah? So I'm trying to go from this position. As soon as he does this, I'm moving, I get used to stepping in. From here and again, meet it this way. You'll see it normally because they tend not to throw it here, they pull back before they go. So as it happens, step in this way round. Again, Do not get confused with the perfect blocking system or the perfect evasion system, or none of them work by themselves. So as we progress, we're going to be going, you might block a punch, you might move from a punch, you might cover from a punch, depending on the combination that's required. Okay, so we've got jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, and haymaker. We'll just run through that one for you, and we'll think about the ranges. So here, I've teased, so I've stepped into tease, which causes him to jab. There, goes back out. It would be, again, the next move. Remember, every time, you've got to think of it from the perspective of the first shot setting up. So again, he's not going to hit me here, I'm going to tease him, and now he's doing the cross. Boom, this around. From here, he's going to step in, and we're going to go hooks, pop, pop, uppercuts, pop, pop. And you can see I use the same arm both times on this one. Then we come back out again. So I'm here, I go into teasing range, which causes him to haymaker, and then I step into closing down this way around. My hand's obviously up to protect myself, and then we return. So this one, we're just going to go for it a couple of times, a bit more free flowing, okay? So I'm going to stay in teasing range, and Kojak's going to adjust himself as he moves forwards or backwards. Jab, cross, hook, hook, uppercut, uppercut, and haymaker, and you're remembering to shoot into close it out. Okay, so Kojak's going to stay with the same thing, and I'm going to go through the defensive head movement. So again, from the multi-directional stance, the jab's coming down the line, I'm going to use a slip, so my head goes to the back foot, and I pop back up. We do the same thing with the cross, and I go this side. With the hook, I'm going to use a roll or a slip, or a weave, sorry, and then the other side is the other way around. And then with the uppercut, here, I'm going to do the lay back to one side and then lay back to the other side. So it's an angle change. The punch will be coming up here. It's never vertical. It's always slight at an angle. So I don't want to be here. I want to be away. And I want this hand to block his other hand from being able to punch me with my guard up. Then we reset and we go off the other side. And I do the same lay back, but I just change my angle slightly here. Remembering that the exit for a lay back is a skip. And I come back up. So we're just running through that again. So I've got slipping the jab, slipping the cross, rolling or weaving from the hook, and the same on the other side. Lay back off the uppercut, lay back off the uppercut. So it's that angle change. 1, 2, this position, yeah? The last one, in terms of moving underneath the haymaker. So from here, as Kojak lunges for the haymaker, I'm going to duck underneath, and instead of placing the hand up to block, to stop his arm, here, I'm going to allow his arm to go over my head. I'm going to place my right hand underneath the hip, and I'm going to place my shoulder into his hip as far as possible. So I want to get in as close as I can. My right foot, my back foot is going to land where my front foot is, and my front foot is going to step round behind him, and I place my ear on the middle of the back. What I can do for this vision, if I now adjust my feet and I come back up, he can't turn. If he turns this way, my leg's blocking him. So he has to turn the other way, which allows me the shot that I need to do. If he does turn the other way, he's going to fall over anyway, okay? So if you show you this again. So we've got jab, slip, cross, slip, hook is a roll, hook is a roll, uppercut is a layback, uppercut is a layback, back out to range, haymaker, knee right in, here. I can hang on to it if I need to, and I can come back up. Keeping the hands out. He's got to turn, and there will be a counter shot this way around. So that's blocking, which deflects. We've got parries, middle blocks, and lower blocks for these ones. And we've got another stepping forwards middle block this way around. Then we've got slips and rolls, which is also on one of the previous videos. And then we've got the layback, which is on the footwork video. And then we've got this new move going underneath the haymaker, which I'll just run you through one more time. So from here, instead of lunging forwards, remember we've been out of range. I tease in, and he thinks the haymaker's available, you come underneath, you spin, and then you're ready, blocking this way. If he does turn this way, that's fine. You can give him a shove, they're going to go over. If you hit them, they'll fall over. If he spins the other way, you can either step back or you can throw your shot, which brings us on to covering. So I wouldn't cover unless I was very, very close. So say we were both just at the edge, if Kojak steps in as well. So now we're at the edge of fighting. So really, he can hit me with a jab without having to move his feet. Now I probably want to be covering this way around. So we're going to go cover from the jab, cover from the cross, the hook, here. I don't know whether that hook is going head or body. Some people prefer to do this way, and some people prefer to do this way. Both have dangers. The glove or the wrist can fold, and the inside of the wrist where the pisiform is, it can hit you quite hard on the jawline if you're not strong. So we want to make sure that this is framed and it's curled in, almost like not quite a false grip, but very similar this way around, tucking the elbow in here. If I do this, I can get hit here. If I do this, I can get hit here. So what I want to do is I want to cover and I want to retreat into myself to try to make myself smaller and hide in this way around. So that's the hook one side. Same thing on the other side. Here, for the uppercut, I want to close it down and down. For the haymaker, from this position, you can take a little shuffle back for the haymaker. If that haymaker came in at that range, I want to turn away from it and I want to cushion it and ride it as it comes in, this way around, yeah? So I'm just going to let Kojak tee off with these a little bit and you'll see the cover positions. Good, a little bit more power. This way around, one more. And you're just cushioning it as you come in. Okay, so they're the separate systems. We're not integrating anything there. You're going to practice them. I'm going to get Kojak to run through the whole thing 3 times. The ranges are important. We're going to go slow enough that we can just check the ranges each time. But remember, it always starts off from out of range with one person teasing. So I'm going to be the person teasing. Kojak's going to run through the whole drill 3 times. I'm going to do the blocks first, then I'm going to do the evasion, and then I'm going to do the covers last. Yeah? Let's go for it. Parry, parry, middle block, lower block, lower block. This way around. From this one, step in, forearm up. Evasion, slip, slip, roll, roll, lay back, under, skip around, block the knee, head in. I could hold him here if I had to. This way around, come back out, I'm going to juggle back around. And then we've got the covers, cover, cover, side cover, lower cover, and ride the haymaker this way around. And they're the 3 main types for blocking against basic punches.